stampinspot.com. I'm a minute or so late this morning. Trying to set up my lighting here while we start. How y'all doing today? Everyone doing well? Sorry, I'm shaking the table, moving the camera. I'm not very prepared this morning. Okay, so let's see. I want to talk to you about this stamp set, Field Journal. It's very cute, great for man cards, great for nature lovers. And I have to admit, I wanted to use it. I wanted to force myself to use it because I actually love it. I'm kind of a chipmunk person. My yard is running rampant with them and they're driving my husband crazy. But I love them. And I really wanted to use the set, but I was struggling for an idea. So like I told you last week, I went to the catalog, page 135 if you have your annual catalog. That's where the stamp set is. But I wanted to focus in on this image. I liked that. And actually, as I'm looking at it now, I'm just realizing the stamped off images around the outside of that little notebook. Isn't that cute? I hadn't noticed that when I first was looking at it. Anyway, that's what I used for inspiration. And here's what I came up with. And I'm going to show you a cute little technique today. The other stamp set I'll be using, and I'm going to stand up because I'm curious to see. Oh, well, the phone holder's in the way. Let me move it up. Oh, yeah, I was curious to see if you could see this white, if that was going to show up. The other stamp set we're going to use is Field of Flowers. Another really cute one. This has an accompanying punch. Hi, Kate. Hi, KB. How you doing? So, let's get started. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm shaking things around. So, I'm going to show you a cute little technique. Oh, and I didn't think to grab a piece of scrap paper. So, I need to grab a piece of scrap paper. This will be good enough scrap paper for now. I'm going to set that right there. Okay, this is 3 3/4 by 5. As you can see, I double matted this. I could have done like a little twine or something. I was playing with it, trying to figure it out, but I don't know. I didn't really love the twine. I think I loved the simplicity of it. So I'm going to start with this image. So I have that mounted already. This is the StazOn Saddle Brown. And these StazOn ink pads, they have this plastic cover. It's very important you keep those because it helps to seal. These dry out very quickly if you're not careful. So I'm just going to stamp that image. And I'm going to pop him right about here. Like that. I hope you all can see this okay. Well, look, I get a little fudge there. Well, that's all right. Okay. So StazOn is a permanent ink. And you don't want to use blends with it because it is alcohol based as opposed to being water based. Oops, here we go. Yeah, hurricane. Sorry, KB. So, wow, I am having all kinds of technical issues today. I can see a big long hair for those of you that don't know me, I have very long hair and it's hanging off the camera. Anyway. StazOn is alcohol-based, so you want to use water-based markers to color it in. Remember, opposites attract. So I'm going to use a crushed curry because I have crumb cake paper and I was afraid Daffodil Delight just would not show up bright enough. And then I'm going to do his little head in this. I love this green. This is a great Christmas green. Did you know 6 months from today is Christmas Eve? I'm just saying. This is shaded spruce. So there's a lot of shading on this image. You're going to lose most of it, but what I want to do is kind of go around the eye a little bit to leave it kind of a little bit hollow so that you can at the very least see the eye. Ah, and I just accidentally colored it in. See? Not everybody's perfect. Maybe I'll go back and put a pearl or something on that. As you can see here, I went around it. That's what I should have done there. I am going to use Cajun Craze for his breast here. And again, you're going to lose some of the definition of all the shading on this, but that's okay. Now, I'm going to break my rule that I just told you. I told you that you should use water-based markers with, this is pumpkin pie. I told you should use water-based markers with an alcohol StazOn ink pad, which is what I'm doing here. But I experimented. First I used crumb cake here, then I used soft suede, and I want a nice brown. So I'm going to use the Blend's bronze color. And if it smudges this definition, I'm okay with that. Yeah, see, I really like this color. And again, it's not really, you're not really supposed to use it because it will smudge the underlying ink, but it's hard to see all the definition anyway. I just really like the color of this. So I like this wing, or his back, but I like the eye on this one better. So that's the bronze blend that I used. Now we're going to do a fun little technique. This is StazOn Refill. It's a white StazOn. And I'm going to put, I hope you can see what I'm doing. Yep, you can. I'm going to put a little on some scrap paper. And you're going to take an aqua brush. Now, you want to dedicate an aqua painter to this. Use an old one. We have brand new ones in the catalog. I wish I had brought them over to show you. They're awesome. But take one of your old ones and instead of throwing it away, dedicate it to the StazOn white opaque ink. You don't want any water in it. You want it to be empty. And you're going to just pick up a little. Now, this is opaque, which means you can't see through it. So you want to be very light with this. I would start with his no definition and start heavier there, and then you can kind of pull from there. And I'm going to kind of paint in between the lines here a little bit. And you're going to go very light, just to tint the crumb cake paper. As you can see, I'm not even reloading my brush. I'm reloading it from this wing here that I wanted to be a little brighter. And just like that, we're just tinting it a little bit white. And like I said, if you go real heavy, you will cover up all the feather lines. So you don't want to do that. And again, I say this, you'll never really get this clean again to be able to use it for water. So make sure you dedicate one as a white aqua painter. No liquid, okay? I'm actually going to save this. I'm going to put this over to the side because we are going to use that again. And I'll show you that in a minute. I'm going to use this stamp from Field of Flowers. And I am going to use Shaded Spruce. I really love this green. And I'm going to move this card over here just a little bit. We're tapping, we're not pressing hard. And I'm just going to add those ducks. You can always find them in the tall grass, you know what I mean? To move this over so I don't go off my scrap. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to use this image. And I'm going to just add that over to the side. So I was trying to decide, I did this and then I couldn't figure out what to do. And I said, well, I need something tall over here to kind of offset what I have going on. So that's where we're getting that. Now, I'm going to caution you on something. I'm going to show you a technique. But you could ruin your stamp if you're not careful. So, do not try this technique unless you have the old StazOn Cleaner. We don't carry this anymore, which kind of makes me sad. But you need the StazOn Cleaner to clean your stamp if you're going to try this technique. I will tell you that warm water and soap will not take this white StazOn off your stamp, okay? So I need to caution you there. So I am using this image. I'm going to kind of make almost like that. You know those dandelions when they turn to seed and they get all white and puffy? That's what I'm going for here. But again, I can't stress enough. If you do this on a stamp and you don't have StazOn Cleaner, you will ruin your stamp. If you have the StazOn Cleaner, it comes off nice and clean. as you can see, because I already did it. So this I'm going to put on a little heavier than I did on the duck's wings and belly. And I'm just going to paint it on, like so. And then it's going to pop right on there, like that. Now you have to be careful picking it up because it will stick to the cardstock. So pull it up slowly. And I'm not even going to wait till I get to my sink to clean this. I'm going to dab it with a little StazOn right away before it sets. Okay? I'm going to put it right on there, and then I'm going to leave it off to the side to set until we're done here. But I can't stress enough, you will ruin your stamp set. Now I'm just going to pick up a little bit extra and just go in and highlight just a little more by dabbing. Just to add a little more definition. Just like that. Kind of looks like the dandelions when they go to seed, doesn't it? Alright, I'm going to put my aqua painter aside. And we need a greeting. So I decided that we don't often have great mail thank you cards. So I'm turning this into a mail thank you card, and I'm tapping, I'm not pushing. And I'm actually going to stand up while I do this. Oh, straight. First try. I don't usually do that. Anyway. Okay, so then I'm not going to flip this over and adhere it, but you know what to do. It would go on the crumb cake base. So this is 3 3/8 by 5. So then the the crumb cake is 3 3/8 by 5. The soft suede is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm doing that because this white ink takes a while to dry. So if I flip that, I'm going to smudge it and ruin my card. And then it's going to go on a base that is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. Scored. I haven't had enough coffee this morning, clearly. It's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And then that will sit on there. Anybody else get confused in the mornings? And that's it. What do you think? You like it? Yay. All right, so please, please remember, we don't sell the StazOn Cleaner anymore, but make sure you have it if you're going to try this technique, or you will ruin your stamp. But it is a very cool technique, and I love it. And that's it. That's all I have for you today. All right? Listen, I'm not going to do Wednesday mornings anymore. I think I may move to evenings. So how about we try Wednesday evenings at 6 o'clock? How's that sound? All right, so we will see you next Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock. And I didn't bring my Christmas cards over, but there's a video from yesterday. There's still time to join the club. If you join today, look at that, I have them handy. If you join today, they will go out before 4th of July. Okay, $35, and you'll get $25 worth of product. These kits will all be pre-cut, ready to go. It's a 6-month subscription. If you stick, you can cancel at any time, but if you stick with it for the 6 months, at the end of the 6 months, you will get $25 in merchandise of your choice. I'll email you and say, hey, thanks for sticking around. What would you like? And I'm going to teach you a cool technique. I don't know, I hope the camera's picking up the glimmer on these birch trees. This is very elegant in person. So all these kits, you'll do 8 cards, 2 of each card. All the die cutting is done for you. All you'll need to do is stamp a greeting. You'll even get the little pieces to stamp the greeting on. You'll get the ribbon, the whole bit. Everything will be ready to go. At the end of the 6 months, you'll have 48 cards all ready to go for Christmas, which will take the pressure off a lot of you. So I want to thank everybody that has signed up so far. And if you haven't signed up, go to mystempingspot.com, and there is a tab at the top. It's called Christmas Card Club. There's a PayPal link there, and like I said, you'll get $25 worth of consumable products, and it's $35. That includes priority shipping. If you've already signed up, your kits are just about ready to go. They'll be in the mail tomorrow. And if you sign up today, I will have them out by July 4th. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. And it's kind of gloomy. Stay cool. See you next Wednesday night at 6. Bye, you guys.